Hey, I am in Pattaya. This is Thursday, and we got here on Sunday afternoon. Started training on Monday afternoon. So I've had only 2 days so far of full training. This Monday was just a half day. And man, it's hard. Part of it is that training at Lana had kind of like fizzled a little bit. I had my stitches, so I wasn't training at all for a couple of days, and then I wasn't training full until they came out. And then getting back into it, I don't know, I wasn't training at full capacity. And so I'm kind of in the process of slightly getting back into shape, but at the same time, like, just, training hard. But it's been interesting first few days. It's an interesting thing about Thailand is that you don't just pick up right where you left off. Right where you left off when the last time you were at this camp. You don't really start from the same spot you were at. And so you kind of are starting over a little bit. And, So when I got to WKO, Sakmakon was really surprised to see me, even though I told him several times I was going to be there. But that was nice. It was exciting. And he's almost completely ignored me since that moment. He's not holding pads for me, and he's not training me. He did watch me in my shadow work, and he has been watching me in my pad work with Drumong. I have to show you this puppy. It's super cute. Mama. Hi. So Kermit's been holding for me, and then yesterday I sparred with and then had pads with this guy named Muay, who I met last time I was here. He's cool. He reminds me of Big a lot. And hi puppy. Oh, sweet. Very sweet. So it's bothersome and confusing to have Drumong just completely not work with me upon getting here. But I don't know. Maybe it's like getting back into it. Maybe it's that when I left it was not on the best terms, and now we're getting back into it. Maybe it's that he has another student here from Italy, and so he's focusing on her, and I'm just gonna kind of have to wait it out until you can really only have one student at a time. He had other students here the last time I was down here, and he kind of did leave me a little bit in order to focus on them. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just trying not to take it personally because I don't know what it is. Eventually I can ask and see if it's anything I did. And then at Petrong Rung, I'm back to, clinching with the much smaller kids, kind of working my way back up to the stronger Olympany kids, which is good because I did not get a lot of clinch practice when I was back at Lana. So I'm kind of starting over again there. So having someone who's actually smaller than me to work on is so rare. It's incredibly unusual, and so being able to practice my leadership skills or kind of take advantage of someone who's smaller than me is a very rare opportunity. So that's good. It's also a little bit frustrating because I'm not quite at the place mentally yet where I can just overpower someone who I'm stronger than. I kind of play it nice. I'm a little bit too polite. When the kid who I'm clinching with is actually, he kind of doesn't have the best attitude. He has an exaggerated version of my problems. Sorry, that's the anthem. I have to stop. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, sorry. When you hear the national anthem, you have to stop. Just stand where you are. So this kid that I'm clinching with kind of has a crap attitude, and so when I dominate him, he kind of gets this like frustration thing, and I stop instead of like really pushing it, which is what any Thai would do, is like push it to another level and kind of force him to respond, or like really dominate the situation so that he doesn't let it happen again, or blah blah blah. It's like almost any response other than the one that I'm giving is the appropriate one. So I'm working on that, and then I've been doing pad work with Crew New in the morning, and then when I come back in the afternoon, it's mostly clinching, sparring, bag work, stuff like that. But my pad work with Crew New has been really cool. I love his Muay Thai. It's very deliberate, and like every strike is just power. And so he's been, working with me on that. He doesn't do like a whole ton of corrections. They don't let you make mistakes, but when he corrects something, it's mostly that I threw a knee or something that just didn't have any power on it. And he's like, no, like, why are you going to throw something if it's not going to hurt someone? Like, do that again or whatever, which I really, really like. But so that's my long update, is that I'm a few days in. My first full day at Pet Rung Rung, where I had pad work in the morning and then came in the afternoon. Crew New and his dad were telling me how out of shape I seemed. They were asking me if I had even trained in Chiang Mai when I went back, so I guess it was pretty bad. But they also asked me how many times I fought while I was up there, which the answer is 9. In the 3 months I was back at Lana, I fought 9 times, so they kind of discussed it among themselves and then came back and were like, so can you fight on the 12th? I was like, yeah, totally. So this is the first time they've asked me to fight for them. I fought with them for Your Cow, but this is them coming and asking me to fight like regular. So that was very exciting, actually, because it means that they think at least that I'm not out of shape enough that I can still fight. And I'm excited to fight for them. And unfortunately, I had to change a fight that I had scheduled with Crew Mutt in order to take this fight, because I want to say yes to Pet Rung Rung right away so that they know that I'm going to fight for them. And so I tried to reschedule the other one for a week later, and Crew Mutt can't do that date, so it's 2 weeks later. So it's going to be a little bit of a balancing act trying to get as many fights here as I was getting in Chiang Mai. It took me a while when we first moved to Chiang Mai to get them to understand how much I really wanted to fight too, so there's going to be a bit of a learning curve in terms of them really believing that I want to do all that. But hey, that's okay, as long as I get the fights in. So that's about it. Got to get back to my run. All right, training this morning. See you guys later.